Yo, what's good? You already know what it is. My name's Kim and I've been at Eastside Ting from time. I'm from Scarborough, Canada, and I've been living in Korea for about 2.5 years now.
Hi, I'm Angela. I'm from the States. I've been in Korea 9 months.
Everyone, my name is Palesa. I'm from South Africa and I've been in Korea for 4 months now.
My experience in Korea thus far has been absolutely amazing. I would definitely say that the good things definitely outweigh the bad things about living here and my experience here.
It's been good so far, actually. I was a little worried, I think, coming here for the first time because you look up blogs and watch YouTube videos and you're like, oh, how is it gonna be? And you hear a lot of more negative things, But overall, it's been really good. I haven't had any issues. I think people have been really friendly, so.
You definitely stand out. So when you walk anywhere, especially like even if you go shopping for like groceries, you will find people, kids. Kids fear me. Like I've found kids like walking like this past me. And also a funny thing I've seen, parents will tell their kids not to stare at me and then they stare at me. Like it's weird. But being black in Korea, besides really standing out, I guess they're just curious. Like they just want to know you. Like my students are always asking me silly questions like, is this your hair? Ooh, like even when they touch my hair, they're like, ooh. But I guess you just stand out.
I would say that a lot of the videos and vlogs that have to deal with being black in Korea are legitimate. I know I'm not only saying it because I have my own video, but I would like to say that their videos and their experiences are their truths and their realities. So in that sense, I did have a little bit different expectations while coming here, but you also have to realize that someone else's truth and someone else's reality might not be your own truth and your own reality as well.
But I think the blogs were still good because I think coming in expecting worse is probably better than just being like, oh, it's gonna be great. Because then when you do experience issues, it's like, okay, I already was aware that this could happen.
I'd say they're extra. Like some are not. I mean, the staring is there, but it's not like, oh my gosh, I feel so horrible. They're always staring at me. They stare, and I also stare back. So it's not like. Sometimes I wink because it's like, why are you staring at me? But I think they were a bit extra.
I would say that I have never been discriminated against solely based on the color of my skin, or being a foreigner in general. I've never been denied any opportunities, or I've never come into any kind of dispute because of where I'm from or the color of my skin or because I'm a foreigner. It does exist. I've heard stories about clubs and stuff like that not letting in a certain group of people, or certain interactions that happen between Koreans and non-Koreans and kind of things that were said. But me personally, I've never experienced any type of discrimination because I'm black.
I don't think discrimination really, but I think sometimes I get attention that I don't really want because of the color of my skin. Like my principal, I really like her. She's super sweet, but I feel like she likes to show me off because it's like, oh, we have a black teacher, and the parents are like, oh, wow, we have a black teacher here. They're like shocked. But so I think that's the only thing I feel like kind of stands out. But overall, it's mostly just, oh, and a foreigner, but not necessarily, oh, a black foreigner. So
I mean, bus drivers are sometimes mean, but I don't know if they mean to me or they mean in general, because I've also witnessed like Korean bus driver fighting with just a Korean person. So I don't know if they mean to me because I'm black or they just mean to everyone because I don't understand the dialogue between them, what they're fighting about. So no and maybe. I don't know.
I think maybe these benefits not only solely duly based because I'm black, but maybe because you're a foreigner in general, I would say that everything is new, everything's exciting, not only for myself or not only for the foreigner, but also for Korean people. So in that sense, you'll get like a lot of attention, but also you'll get like a lot of help, and not necessarily they'll cater to you, but they'll definitely want to introduce their culture to you, and it's a very excited time. They want to pretty much show you everything Korea has to offer, and also they're very excited when you do try to include yourself in their culture, whether it's eating their food or watching certain things or having a certain interest in their culture. They're really appreciative of that, so everything's always exciting when you're around, I would say. So that's kind of like a benefit.
Mm, I don't know. I don't know. I think it can be good and can be bad at the same time.
If you like attention, then it's good for you because you'll definitely get it. If you don't like attention, then it's bad because they'll give you attention regardless.
I would definitely say that there is a sense of colorism in Korea. I know I've said in previous videos that Korean people themselves don't like to get any darker, and also I do think they prefer lighter shades, or they think that lighter is more beautiful in a sense.
Yes, for sure. I feel like, because even in Korea, I know women want to be lighter skinned, like they're trying to be super, super pale. All the makeup is super, super pale, like they only have 3 colors in foundation, and the darkest one is still super light for a lot of people. And so there's already that, and then being black, you can't find any, of course. But I think people really like our dark skin. Like a lot of people are like, oh, they're like, oh, your skin is so beautiful all the time. But then I feel like Koreans themselves don't want to have dark skin.
I've heard that, but I haven't experienced it myself. I mean, maybe it's because I've just been here, like it's only been 4 months or something. So I haven't seen it. I've seen videos. I don't know. I really don't know.
The staring is still there a bit, I guess. I don't really see it that much anymore, maybe because I'm used to it. I've been living here for a while now, so I don't generally see it happening to me that often. As for touching my hair, I've only had one person ever touch my hair, and it wasn't out of malicious intent. She was generally just telling me, my hair looked really good and how beautiful I was and stuff like that. So it was a compliment. So I've never really experienced the touching of the hair and a lot of staring that much.
The kids at my school have been really good. They ask before touching my hair, and I didn't have to teach them that. They just automatically did that. So I think that might have been their teachers telling them, or it might just be them trying to have good manners. I don't know. But otherwise, I feel like the only time people really have touched my hair that I didn't want them to touch my hair was in like a bar or a club or something. Like I was out dancing with my friends, and this guy was touching my hair like this to the beat of the song, which was fine. It was funny, but I was like, I don't know you. Like I don't know who this random person is who's behind me, and he's just touching my hair and has his hands like all up in my hair, and he was just like, oh, so soft. It's kind of creepy, but other than that, people actually haven't touched my hair a lot.
I expected more. Even the hair touching, I expected everyone to want to touch my hair, but it's actually like a few people, my students, the old, what do they call them? The grandmothers, ajimas. They go in squads, so they will come around me and all touch.
Like, yes, because racism is everywhere in the world. It's not just only Korea, but also I'm going to say no, they're not intentionally racist to be like demeaning or to be hurtful or to be malicious. Well, I have never experienced it like that, so that's why my view is like that. But I can see why they are racist, because they're like ignorantly racist. They just say a lot of things that are like super ignorant because they don't know anything else, or they've never took the time to research anything to see if what they think or their mentality is actually the way something really is. So I would just say that, definitely they're really ignorant, and that ignorance kind of leads to their kind of racism that goes on in Korea.
Yes, they are. Simple answer. Yes, they are. A complicated answer. Some are, some aren't. You know, like in general, depends on where you're from. A lot of times too. So, I think, for instance, we have a lot of Chinese tourists in Jeju, and a lot of Koreans don't like the Chinese tourists, right? And there's various reasons for that, but it does come out as there's a lot of racism towards the Chinese because of just how things work in Jeju. And then there are some like older people, especially like the really like grandmas and grandpas who've been around for a while and don't have as much experience with foreigners. Some of them can be a bit more racist towards foreigners in general. And also there's this whole thing in Jeju where they have kind of a bad history with America. And so some of the elderly people aren't particularly fond of Americans because of that. And so usually it's not anything that's said towards us. It's more like people avoiding or just kind of being grumpy, I guess. But I know there was one situation when there was a whole group of Black women who they had come to our island to visit, and they were just walking through a popular tourist area, and this drunk, like middle-aged man, like started yelling at them and like threw a alcohol bottle down on the ground and like broke in front of them. And they didn't know what to do. The women were like, I don't even know what to do right now. So they kind of just avoided him and got away. But most of the time, I think we don't really have situations outright like that. But I think it's still there. So.
I don't think there is, like, I mean, I wouldn't have this job if they were like super, super racist, right? So I don't think there's one situation also, a South African guy also in Korea went to a club with a bunch of foreigners in Itaewon. Obviously our area is right the country, and they told him he can't go in because Africans fight in the clubs. So that was definitely a racist situation, but nothing personally happened to me. They never said I can't do this because I'm Black, but I don't know. There's like stories of other people. So I guess some people are, some people are not. Just like in any other country.
I think that we can kind of bridge that gap between the misunderstanding of foreigners or Black people and Koreans just through education, you know, good vibes and love. I know that sounds super corny, but I really do believe that. I just think, you know, if you experience something or someone says something that they believe to be true, you need to tell them, you know, hey, like that's not right, and, you know, be positive, be loving, you know, you want to show them a new way, not necessarily just, you know, scold them and, you know, just be all up in their face about it. You know, I just think that it goes both ways. Like, Korean people want to share about their culture to us, and we also need to tell them and share our culture with them and just be, you know, friendly with each other and have good vibes and positivity. I really feel like will go a long way.
I think, I don't know, me personally, I try to just be outgoing and friendly to everybody that I meet. Always be as polite as possible, especially if I don't know them, like even on buses or wherever I am. Try to just have good manners so that they don't, you know, even if they assume I'm gonna be rough or really loud or something, I can change their view just through kindness, I guess. And then when it comes to school, I kind of try to incorporate cultural aspects into my lessons so like the students can learn, like, okay, well, this is what you saw, but that's not it's not really what life is like, or it's not really what people are like. And here's some different examples of what people could be like instead.
Oh, I know people who let things go. I think you should definitely correct them. I had a co-teacher, homeroom teacher, who was speaking to me in French. Like every time I'd pass him, he'd be like, bonjour, and I'd be like, why? And then he asked me one day, like, how's Congo? In Congo, an African country, they speak French. And I told him I wasn't from Congo. So if I just left him, then he'd always think Africans speak French. And I told him I don't know French. That's not the language I speak. So I guess just educate them. The same way they educate us about their culture when you come here, also do the same. I guess just educate them.
I would say you definitely have to come to Korea with an open mind, a lot of patience and tolerance. Not to say that to let things slide, but you do have to be kind of a little bit tolerant, a little bit understanding that Koreans aren't going to see your culture maybe not 100% the way it's supposed to be or how you want them to see it. So in that sense, you have to be very tolerant and very patient in order to teach them how to, be respectful and how things are. And in the same way, you have to be very open-minded to trying new things and open to their culture so you can adapt and, experience Korea comfortably.
Don't be afraid to live in Korea or travel to Korea. I think people here are very friendly, um, and there's always going to be rude people everywhere. Like there's always racist people everywhere, but that shouldn't stop you from traveling and getting out there. I think it's good to come and live in another culture, and there's positives here. And overall, I think I've experienced less racism here than in the States, so I think it's a little easier personally for me as a Black person in Korea than it is in America, especially like living in Chicago.
Bring your own products. Definitely. Your own hair products, your own makeup, your own spices. I can't find spices here. Just don't try to change when you come here. Just be you and teach them about your culture.
I would definitely recommend living in Korea. There are so many programs that offer jobs, so you can come here and live here quite comfortably. I think they provide a lot for you in terms of housing and salary, and also just general foreigner help. There's a lot of help you can get, so you're not just stranded here. And I think that a lot of foreigners are living in Korea very comfortably. And so I definitely recommend it. There's a lot of support. The food's amazing. Korean people are very welcoming. And also Korea itself, the landscape is very beautiful. There's a lot of things to do. And I think you'll never have a dull moment if you put yourself out there and you go out and experience everything Korea has to offer.
I would recommend living here. I think it's been a good experience so far, and I'm extending my contract, so I enjoy being here a lot. So.
You won't die. there's like no, I don't think there's no harsh thing that could possibly do to you. It's just the staring and come. There's nothing that will harm you. Korea is a safe country. They'll just look at you, I guess.
I'm gonna say the short answer, no, I don't feel responsible for, representing all Black people. And that's just my mindset because I don't want to go around, thinking like, oh, my actions are a consequence of all Black people everywhere. That's just a lot of weight on someone's shoulders. But yet again, I do realize that, my actions can represent, or from the eyes of someone else, they're kind of like, wow, my actions represent all Black people, and they're like kind of making that judgment. But the way I love to live my life is that when I meet someone, I solely base their actions, in accordance to themselves. Like, it's not a representation of all Koreans or, all Chinese people or all Canadians or all Americans. It's just that one person. If, they're an ass, they're an ass. Like, not necessarily all people are going to be an ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just how I see it. I don't know. I really don't know how else to explain it, to be honest.
No.
With your actions here.
Definitely not. I think there's very different types of people, and so I'm very different from like most of my friends that I hang out with, I would say. But I think in general, when we are together, we always try to put like best face forward. That's because we realize that we're kind of representing Black people in Koreans' eyes. Whatever they see from us is what they're gonna now think Black people are like. So we kind of keep that in mind.
I guess, yeah, maybe because if like your students, if you're the first Black person they know, they'll kind of always think that's like, I don't know, that's how Black people are. Because I think for the most part of the years they used to meet Black Americans, so when they first met me, they always assume that I'm from America, and I kept on saying no, I'm from South Africa. So whatever impression the first Black American person they met, they probably just thought, yeah, I don't know, but I guess they do now that they know a South African. They'll probably expect another South African teacher to be like me in some way.
You know, an experience is an experience, whether it's good or bad. It's up to you what to do with that experience after. So, you know, you just got to go out, experience it for yourself, take what other people say with a grain of salt, and just, you know, have it in the back of your mind and experience things for yourself. That's the only way you're truly going to know, you know, how something really is. Also, you know, don't be afraid to come to Korea. Korea is awesome and the people are awesome. Be open-minded, have good vibes. I truly am a believer in positive vibes, and the energy that you give out is the energy that you'll get back.
Come to Korea. Come visit us and change you. It's a lot of fun. It's good. Yeah.
Jeju's the best.
It is.
Yeah, I guess Korea is an open country. I've seen actually a lot of races. Like I've seen Indians, I've seen Philippines, I've seen a lot of people from a lot of countries. So I guess if you want to just come visit, you're welcome. If you come and you want to come work here or study here, I think you'll also be welcome. You just have to like have thick skin because it's not going to be your country. Things are going to be different and you just have to adjust. But overall, I think it's a great country and I'm loving it.
Cool. And that's it.
Peace.
So that would wrap up the video today, and I really hope you guys enjoyed hearing someone else talk other than myself for a change. So if you like this video, press the thumbs up button, and if you like to see more videos like this one, go ahead and smash the subscribe button. You already done know what it is. It's your girl Just Kimmy, and I'm out.